So do you ever stalk people on Facebook?
Not on Facebook. Like
Oh, okay.
I'll do like Instagram creeping.
I'm never on Instagram anymore.
Oh, Instagram's my favorite.
It
Because I'll tell you why. It's because I deleted TikTok.
Sure, so you rely on the reels.
So now I'm an Instagram Reels kid.
Yep.
Which
I heard they're wilder.
Which
and
sucks.
a lot meaner.
Oh, really?
I heard the comments are way meaner.
Oh, I say don't pay attention to the comments.
Oh, that's half of like the joy of TikTok, I think, is reading the comments.
Oh, I need to start doing that on Instagram. But what's wild is, dude, I'm starting, because I've been on it for ever since I deleted TikTok months ago.
Yeah.
So it's like
You made the switch
I
immediately.
made the switch immediately. But now I've been using it for months, but now my feed is starting to introduce people that I was already following on TikTok. Like my algorithm is becoming the exact.
You're merging.
It's wild.
You're being your true self.
I'm like,
and it shows.
I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about this
Like,
creator.
so that means those are really your route.
Yeah.
Like no matter what you do, all roads lead to that.
I'm just like, that's fucking wild, dude. It's weird as fuck. But going back to creeping.
So I don't like stalk people I know on Facebook. Like it's not like my ex-girlfriends or anything like that. It is people I've never met in real life. It's like, cause it's just people who've added me. They're still local. So I'll see like, I know who else knows them. And there's like 3 I get really obsessed with. One had a baby with this like guy who's just fucking wild.
And you don't know who they are?
No.
What the fuck?
And like, now
why do you care?
I know everything about their kid. I know everything about their relationship. They're those people.
Do they
like,
post all the time?
yeah, and they're the people who always start every relationship post with, I know we've had our ups and downs. And like, I see that. That's so common. Like, if Izzy posted that, I'd be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, why are you posting this on fucking...
Did something happen? Did I do something recently?
We had our ups and downs.
Yeah, it's like, but we always pull through, babe. Like, that kind of stuff I always think is so fascinating.
I also don't... I mean, it just applies to all social media, but I hate social media couples.
Sure.
You know, where it's just like...
Those are weird.
Like, every day they're like posting about like, oh, shout out to... And it's just like, we get it.
You live with them, right?
Yeah, it's
just talk to them.
Yeah, it's just like, can you just enjoy the moment together with them?
Like, I don't think I've ever done an appreciation post for like Izzy, but like I'll share when we like do something good, post photos together and
yeah,
stuff like that.
you do it events,
Yeah,
or like a birthday post or something. Like it's always for a reason.
I think I did like one anniversary one,
yeah,
but I don't think like she's ever done them either. We've just never been those.
But
people.
like on Facebook, I see it all the time. Even people that I'm friends with, I'm just like, okay, every time it's every day. I'm just like, okay, I get it. You're married.
Then
I'm getting it. You're happy, okay?
Rub it. It does feel like rubbing it in a little bit, yeah.
And it's just like, but part of me, I'm like, if you're doing this, though, are you really happy, or are you forcing it?
That's one of the other people I stalk.
Okay,
where they constantly post that kind of stuff. But also, I know, well, it's they have a kid, but like they're someone where they date somebody every week, but post how much they loved it or in love with it, and they're their soulmate. But they tag them in and everything, and I love that because
you can find them.
So I stalk all the exes because a few like there has been restraining orders, but then they get back together. The current one,
holy shit,
I think they're engaged now, but they're in prison. But she's doing a countdown for when he gets out, and it's really funny.
Oh my God.
But also all the comments are like, why is he in jail? And she's like, it don't matter. And then someone looks up and he's like, it was for spousal abuse. And she's like, he's changed. And they're like, it's a year ago. And he went back for something.
God. Yeah, I guess it is public record.
Yeah. No, I found it.
Oh my God.
He's also, I think...
I like how she goes, doesn't matter.
Yep. He's like, he hit the last person.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's how she's acting if he hit her.
Yeah,
you know, and then she's like, "Oh, he's changed."
Well, that's the terrifying thing is that she has a kid.
Yeah,
and like so that's one where it's just like, "Ooh, I actually wish you weren't doing that."
I mean, it is wild though, taking a peek into other people's lives because you're like, "How the fuck do you live?"
Yeah.
Like obviously, we do this fucking bullshit every week.
Yeah, we tell everybody how we live, I guess.
But,
so very hypocritical. I'll put that out there.
No, but I'm saying like some people just live in chaos. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
like their lives are just pure chaos. And I'm
all
like,
the time.
How the fuck do you survive?
Yeah,
that sounds exhausting.
That's
and
fair.
not fun at all. Like I'm not saying like doing bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
I do bullshit all the time, but it's like no, you're always like, oh, people are going to jail. Fuck, you're getting tattoos removed and put on.
Yeah.
And it's
or
just
like when you see someone like new tattoo and it's on their face and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
That's a step.
They made a decision.
Well, like. Because I'm not against face tattoos at all. I don't know if I'll ever get one, but like once you decide, that's a but big
also
step.
it's usually people that are like younger than us.
That's
that
true.
Just like
18
I'm getting one
will get
today.
Them, yeah.
Like you've like thought about it here and there for years.
Yeah.
And you probably if you ever get one, it will be in years.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna rush out for it.
Well, because Because also, like, I don't think I want a tattoo out all the time. Like, I guess my next big tattoo step will be like hands.
Yeah, because that's a bigger step.
Which I don't think it will be either, because I don't think I'll ever have a job where that matters.
No, and I think we're getting to a point in life
where it doesn't matter that much. Yeah.
You used to say like, oh, you got to make sure it's below your wrist so you can cover it with long sleeve.
Well, it used to be you didn't want forearms, so a lot of people only have shoulder tattoos because of that.
Oh, that makes sense. So yeah,
because that's changed in like the last like 10 years.
I think I do remember when I was younger, like my boss, like the old grocery store.
Yeah,
we would wear like short sleeves, and I would just occasionally see like a tattoo peek out of his arm. But that was his only visible one.
At the movie theater I worked at, and I think at Walgreens back in the day, you weren't allowed to have them showing.
At Walgreens?
I feel like
they changed that rule.
Or no, I was like 16 then, so maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just thinking about at the movie theater where
Wait, you can't have it in the movie theater?
Now
dumb.
you can.
Yeah,
I've seen
dumb.
them now, but no, you used to have to like wrap them in like gauze or something. I knew a girl who had like a butterfly on her forearm, and you couldn't.
That looks worse.
You couldn't scoop popcorn with it, but it could look like you have a wound.
Yeah, that looks. I'd rather see a tattoo than a fucking gauze bandage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, jeez, I mean, when I had my lip pierced,
right, you had to wear a band-aid.
I had to wear a band-aid over it because I worked in food. I get it.
No, what does that have to do with anything?
In case it falls off. I don't know, but it was right next to my lips, so I had to wear a band-aid, and so I would just talk to people, and I did it for months.
Yeah.
And then eventually I said, fuck this, and took it out.
Yeah, everyone thought you had a cold sore.
I know.
Like, that's all it could be.
Oh, how you doing? You want a donut? Like, I'm like touching their
Want some
food.
herpes?
Yeah. But no, it's because I'm a cool 19-year-old. Okay?
Yeah, you saw Walter Mitty and made you feel like you needed to do something
Yeah,
different.
and then I went out and fucking pierced my face.
Yeah. I always forget you had that.
The hole's still there. Yeah, you can still see the hole even through my beard.
Sure.
Which is wild, because every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, yikes.
You wish you could whistle through it?
I wish I could whistle in general, to be honest.
Oh, sure.
I can't. So it doesn't matter.
Neither can Izzy.
Can you?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
It's really easy.
That you did one note. Let's hear you act. Oh. All right. Let's transition that into Yukon sax.
I might have even cried over losing the first house that I wanted. Like that really sucked. And that was not my realtor, but the person showing it. Someone had already put in an offer.
Yeah, which sucks.
Like it's not even like
But I feel like
offers.
imagine if you had like fucking lost this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
But
You're just like I can't live here.
Yeah.
That would suck.
But like because it was also like I put in an offer and they're like, oh, they already had one. So I was like, I shouldn't have been able.
Yeah,
to.
what the fuck?
Then.
You shouldn't even been able to
They
look
should
at
have
it.
showed me it. Yeah, but like this one, I had no issue getting this one. It's already gone up like 40,000 in worth because the market's so fucked right now. Like it's at over 180. I bought it for like 138.
That's insane.
It's insane. I bought this for 138,000.
I mean, that's people that house flip. You know, they buy it and then
But like the fact that it's this solid in general. So I guess
this is almost a $200 house, dude.
yeah, almost. Except for I plugged in the vacuum upstairs in an outlet and it just killed it. So I don't know what to do with that now.
Oh, like the outlet burnt?
No, it didn't burn and a flip didn't switch. So I don't know what happened.
It's just a dead outlet now?
Yeah, and also the fans upstairs stopped moving.
I'm guessing like a wire got fucking.
I think so.
Well, dude, a few months ago in my apartment, I was vacuuming.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it went, phew,
Yeah.
and half of my outlets went out.
But did it flip the switch?
No.
Oh.
So like the guy, my maintenance guy came in, checked the box, nothing there. And then he had to go individually because outlets are set up like in I think it's series.
Okay.
Whatever that. So like he has to start at the beginning of the chain and be like, is there a loose connection going to the next one?
Okay, so it's probably just a loose connection.
So he just replaced the whole thing and then it worked again. But it really took out like all the outlets and a fan.
Okay.
And everything.
Shit, so yeah, that's what happened. Because also there's a few dead
But
outlets around this house.
he was unscrewing every fucking outlet testing it.
Well, at least I know which one I killed. Oh wait, but you said I guess you would have known which one you killed, so I still have to test all.
Yeah, it wasn't, but so it blew like in an earlier thing and killed everything. And it was like I don't get how it works. And then all those are put onto one fuse. I think that's how electricity works.
Okay. Yeah, because I
don't know. Electricity scares the fuck out of me, to be honest.
Me too. That's why I like working on arcade machines where it's literally like one wire comes from here and goes here, and because it's there, it does this.
Yeah, it's direct.
That's it.
You don't have to have like a ground and a.
Well, I do have grounds because, but like a lot of things don't use electricity. I actually don't really know how power, like, because
because if it's a button, it's just going straight to a motherboard, right?
yes, and it's just a switch. Where like the light bulbs need like a 5 or I think like a 12 volt, and like the speaker I think.
I mean,
needs
the board
some.
needs power to be,
Yes.
and then that puts power in the buttons.
I guess,
I
yeah.
think.
But like if you took that wire and like licked it, you couldn't get shocked from it.
It's not running.
I don't understand what actually happens there though.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
Electricity's cool, but scary.
Yeah.
I always had to move outlets when I was doing cabinets when I was a carpenter, and that sucked because like you have to cut the drywall out and then move it over, and then like it's a live fucking plug. So you're
They wouldn't turn it off?
well, usually the electrician does it before we do cabinets because they do it before they drywall.
Okay.
You know, they get everything ran and then they go back and put their plates on. But so like the electrician wouldn't be there when I'm doing cabinets.
Yeah, true. I got shocked. I think I told the story the other day in St. Louis at that up down building their skee ball.
Oh, you were you got shocked by a skee ball?
Yeah, I did. Because the lights need a power running.
Yikes.
And like the back of that is it's a weird thing where like I had to push the cord into like what it plugs into, but it could move back. So I like put my thumb on the back of it, and the back of it's just metal, and it's just like
It's
a
just
part of it.
Yeah, it's just charged. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just like was holding it when I plugged it in and shocked the shit out of my arm.
God.
That was the same one that
How did that
where
feel?
the ladder fell on me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So you're like,
that was a bad day.
you're like, oh, you didn't tell me that happened in the same day.
Yeah, I know. That was a horrible day
Oh
for
my
me.
God, you just told me the ladder story.
Yeah, I know. I also was
Jesus.
shocked. And like, so like I couldn't feel my hand for a while. Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I got shocked one time when I was younger because I was changing the light bulb.
Sure. And you just put a finger in.
And I when I was unscrewing, I grabbed it by the metal.
Oh,
and I was like reaching
sure.
up and did it, dude.
Oh, so it wasn't out yet?
It fucking zapped and like all the way to my fucking elbow. And then my arm was like, I was like, ow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I've had it.
Dude, that's like so scary. You can get a fucking, that will like shock your heart.
Yeah, I never know what the rules are for that actually. Like,
Terrifying.
it's amps versus volts or whatever the fuck. That's like why a taser won't kill you, but like a plug-in will.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
But both of those are also energy drinks.
Oh, there you go.
Because energizing your heart.
I got shocked by a welder before where I had a wet glove. That fucking
Those things are fucking high voltage.
So like
too.
my whole right arm was soaked because I think I had to take shit off of like a CNC kind of like cutting laser thing.
Yeah, but it was metal, so
Yeah, so there was water underneath.
Yeah.
So like everything gets wet. And then I went over because the normal way I would weld would be elbow down, left hand on the gun, and then right hand holding like kind of like the cone.
Oh, yeah,
of it,
yeah, the wire,
which
yeah.
is how a lot of people do it. Some will like put a finger back further, I think, in case you do get it, and it just ran straight through my arm. It hurt so bad.
Yeah, you're just.
Well, because that was one where it just hurt. I was just like that. I was like, oh shit! It like took a while to be able to.
And and what's also sucks when you get electrocuted, it like freezes. So
Yeah.
sometimes you'll just like get.
That's why they say to always touch a wire with the back of your hand instead of the front of your hand.
So you don't grab it.
Yep.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah, the idea of like being like stuck on something, but like home alone is the scariest thing.
You just
for
get
me.
fucking zapped alive
For a while.
but slowly.
Yeah.
Like you just get cooked from the inside, and then eventually you just die.
I don't know, or would it just like kind of like just really fuck up your arm for a long ass time?
Or does it spread?
but like if it's like if it doesn't kill you immediately, does it kill you?
Oh,
I don't
true.
know.
It might just be running through your body, and then like your arm starts cooking.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your arm
it's
goes
not gonna
black?
get hotter. I don't think
Weird.
because it's
You
running
just become
through. It's not
very-
going back and forth, so
You
it
just
shouldn't get.
You would just get
faster.
filled with electricity, and then you'd have to have someone to ground you.
I think someone knocks you off would be like the best way to do it.
Just push them.
Probably.
Yeah, yikes! That'd be so scary.
I don't know if that can happen though. I guess I don't fucking know.
I'm freaked out about
Not
it.
trying to try it. Yeah.
But it's time for a segment.
Oh.
Time for Ask Zoltar. But this time I'm pressing the button. I've
right.
never done that before.
Oh.
Here we go.
Hear your fortune from Zoltar. Men of genius are admired. Men of wealth are envied. Men of power are feared. But only men of character are trusted.
What? It just ended there? I thought it was going to go into a build-up.
Nope. No, that's it. All right.
Okay.
So you want to be a man of character is what he's suggesting over everything else. But like everything else had some real bonuses.
Yeah, it did.
Like-
man of wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
power.
versus trusted. Like
It would be nice if people feared you.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah,
Like,
he helps people.
Being trusted is lower on that list.
Yeah.
Because also you can have the other things and still be
you don't,
still have decent character.
It's not just one and done. I am shocked though that there's more fresh fucking.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, I've never heard that one because we've done this before and it just repeats.
I think so. Well, some say be lazy. Some say like
that was
do
the one
shit.
that we got it twice. But I did that because I just watched I think it's from the 80s, the classic movie Big, starring Tom Hanks.
Is it actually Zoltar in that one too?
Yeah, it
okay.
is.
I didn't know if it was a knockoff or not.
But yeah, so like the Zoltar machine. But what's wild is I guess I've never really used a real Zoltar machine. Or
You
maybe
have. There's one in Uptown.
No, but not like it is in the movie.
Oh, okay. Is it different?
Yeah, so in the movie he puts a quarter in,
Okay.
and then the Zoltar mouth starts opening up and down, and then you got this little crane.
Oh.
And so you put the quarter in, and then you hit the button so the quarter rolls down, and to get your wish it has to go into his mouth.
Oh, it's
Yes.
a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie, but I didn't remember that. I figured Zoltar was just that.
Yeah,
Weird.
I thought it was just a button, and that's how it is at Uptown too. It's just a button,
and you get a little.
No, but the
thing.
one in the movie, I don't know if this is how they used to be, but the one in the movie is, I think you had to make it into his mouth in order to get a.
It's a consolation,
And then it
or
would
no?
instead of the voice saying it, it
Yeah.
would just drop a card.
Well, the one at the bar gives you a card.
Okay, yeah,
too.
it just drops a card.
Yep.
And then he reads it, and he like makes a wish, and then he's big.
Does he just say, "I wish I was big"?
Yeah, because you want to know why?
All right.
Do you remember why? You remember why he wants to be big?
So he's a best friend, and everything's good with that.
Yeah, they're great.
So
They
it's
live
gotta
right
be-
across the street from each other. They
it's
use
gotta be
walkie-talkies.
Something stupid with his parents. Then his mom.
So his family's awesome.
Oh, okay.
The movie starts off and they're at the fucking carnival,
Okay.
and he sees a girl that he likes in line for a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I want to do this by myself, Mom and Dad." So
Oh my God! He just wanted to be able to ride a roller coaster. He was too small to ride a roller coaster.
he was too short.
and he became an adult because
Yeah.
that fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
So like he gets to the front of the line.
That's a real nightmare.
He gets to the front of the line and the thing's like, you must be this tall.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, you're too short. So then he's sad because his girl went on with a different
didn't know
guy.
that.
And then he goes to this machine and goes, I wish I was big so I could run a roller coaster.
and then Zoltar makes him 30.
and then he has to get a job. Like, it's fucked up. All he wanted to do was ride a roller coaster.
That's so funny.
Also,
Wait, why does he move out?
yeah, dude. Okay, so he wakes up in bed in his underwear, but he's 30 years old.
He's Tom Hanks now.
Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah,
He's like on the top bunk overhanging it.
But
for
I
some-
want to tell Zoltar, it's just, I wish I was Tom Hanks.
But then, like, he has to sneak out because he doesn't look the same, and his mom still thinks he's a boy.
Jesus.
So then his parents think he's missing, and then he moves to New York, which must be really close because his friend keeps on visiting him.
Oh, okay.
He takes the bus there.
Okay.
But he has enough money to get an apartment, but it's like a really shitty apartment, and then he gets a job
At a toy
at
factory,
a
right?
toy store.
Yeah. Wait, all right. So if you woke up, how old is he in the movie? Do you...
I'd guess probably junior high.
All right, so like 13?
Yeah, probably 13 because he's
And-
not high schooler.
And like
but
it's a young Tom Hanks, so he's probably like 20s, late 20s?
I'd probably say like 30.
He's 30? Okay.
Yeah.
So me between...
So it's like double. Yeah.
All right, so me from 13 to like now, would I realistically be able to convince my parents I'm me?
Well, he can't.
Does he even try?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He like leaves immediately and freaks out, takes his dad's clothes, like sweatpants and stuff, 'cause
Okay.
that's the only thing that fits. And then he comes back in the house, and his mom is like, get away from me. She pulls a knife on him.
Well, I would
and he
be-
goes, no, I'm your son. And he starts naming facts, and she goes, what'd you do with my son?
Oh,
'Cause
shit.
That's an adult, you
'Cause
know?
I'm trying to think if I could convince my parents.
No, when
that
he's
it's
saying
me.
things like, ask me anything. Ask me what I was
Okay.
saying at night, or you saying to me at
Ooh,
night.
shit.
And it's just like,
All right, so if they don't buy that, then yeah.
and she's like freaking out because there's an adult man. So she's vacuuming and he just comes in. Like he just walks in the front door.
Okay, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Or I would stay in my bedroom and be on like the other side of my door, holding it and being like, "Hey, talk to me."
And his voice changes too.
Yeah. From 13, I guess I do not have this voice because I
Yeah.
probably had this voice around high school.
Yeah, that's probably high school.
Because I have a higher voice, I'd say.
But like at 13, that's like about puberty.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess
It's
yeah,
it's
from
a wild
13
movie.
to now. Yeah, that is harder.
And then so he gets a job, and then because he's a child that gets a job at a toy factory, he just loves toys. And he's
Right.
in a meeting one time with like the owner.
And it's over like Transformer toys,
Yeah,
right?
and
I remember
he's
that.
talking about like, oh, this is what the toy should be, and he goes, oh, you're a genius, and then promotes him to like a fucking toy tester, so he makes like $300,000.
Oh my God.
They don't say it, but he's able to get a nice apartment It overlooks the city, and it's filled with arcade machines and a trampoline.
So probably over 300,000 then in New York
Yeah.
to get a good apartment and afford
It's
all that.
massive.
I mean, those machines ran for a shit ton too.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess
a
I don't-
pinball machine in his apartment.
Yeah, that could be like. I guess I don't know if they were that expensive back then.
They might
But
not.
nowadays, like they can be like
They can be like 10 grand.
like I think some are like 20.
Yeah, like the newer ones, like with
the
all the
nice
screens
ones,
and shit.
yeah.
Yeah. But back then in the 80s, you know,
And I don't understand how they can be that much.
I don't understand either.
It feels like it has to be a crazy ripoff for a new one, especially because like old stuff, like now you have to be like, all right, you have to find an original board for some
which
stuff.
sucks.
So like they're
But new stuff is all HDMI and monitors, right?
right. It's
that's
computer
easy, yeah.
games with just a lot of buttons.
I mean, there is a lot of moving parts, and they make them sometimes complicated.
but like that's still like 20 grand.
Yeah, which
seems
is insane because it's
crazy.
like, dude, you could probably build a PC that does this.
Well, that's the whole thing with all arcade games now, especially new ones. Why are they so fucking expensive? Because I could build an arcade cabinet box.
Yeah.
For
They're pretty cheap.
$100
It's just
bucks.
It's just literally wood.
It's
and
not good wood
metal,
either. It's particle board.
and metal legs.
No, I mean just feet. I'm saying just arcade games.
Oh,
now.
okay.
And like,
I was thinking pinball.
well, new arcade games can be like $5 grand. So I'm saying even just like for,
It's
like,
just a normal. Yeah.
and like you could put a PC in it and now have everything on it and still like hook it up to old like
That's what a lot of
shit.
people. That's what a lot of people do. Like if they want an arcade cabinet at home,
Right.
Just so they only have one machine, and they get like a Pandora's box or something.
Yeah.
That has, and then they can just install joysticks
Yeah,
and
those are
buttons.
super easy. So I don't understand why new ones are still crazy expensive.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I mean, the sit-in ones, I get that
Sure. Well, that's got like gears and like real heavy duty
because
shit.
it moves the seat, it blows air in your face, it does all kinds of things, and it takes a lot
More
of space.
wood. Yeah.
But I don't understand like the normal ones. Like how is it? I understand like if it's light guns or anything complicated, but like
Even there, once you have it, you have it.
yeah,
Like
that's true.
they've figured out how to make the light gun, and you can buy them for not that cheap.
Yeah.
And they work for anything.
Here's supply and demand, dude. We're all nostalgic for arcade cabinets.
Yeah, I think it's just that they can charge that much.
Yeah.
That's
And
got to be
people-
so. Like with pinball, that's got to be it too. Like it's a lot of moving parts, but like computers can do crazy
Well,
shit.
and if they all agree like we're charging this much, people will still buy it. You know?
or just they're the only ones making it.
Yeah, that's true. I think Stern is like the biggest pinballer.
Yeah.
A lot of the cabinets I saw a few weeks ago in Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, they were all Stern machines.
There's a couple pinball ones, but a lot of them go through like the same like websites of selling
Yeah.
them too.
I think that's why. So they're able to. There's no other competitors.
Probably, yeah.
But going back to Big,
Right. Yes.
so he gets a job, he gets an apartment. So they don't ever say how long but it's you got to assume months.
Yeah.
He's gone, and his parents think their child is fucking dead.
Oh.
Like it's a missing child.
Oh, right, because they saw the man that probably took him.
Yeah.
Shit.
And there's a scene when it's two people from the office. It's like a guy and a girl, and I don't know if they're dating or not, but they're eating breakfast, and then on the milk carton it says missing, and it's the child. And they just pour it, and they're talking shit about him.
Oh my God.
Because they don't like him at work.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's the adult.
I thought you were saying they were talking shit about the child.
No, they're talking shit about.
Well, technically.
Yeah, they are.
but-
But then there's this girl that he works with that starts to like him because he goes to a work party.
Yeah, there's a love interest
There's
in
a
this.
love
I remember
interest,
that.
which is wild because he's 13,
Yeah.
and
Which-
she likes him because he's like
A child.
I think. Well, yeah, but I think they never say. But I think she's dating one of the other office guys that's like a prick asshole
Sure.
office type.
And
And
then-
then he sees that this guy likes to have fun.
He's charismatic.
yeah, he just doesn't care about.
Which, like, me as a 13-year-old, I was probably like a whiny bitch. Like, I wasn't
100%,
fun.
100%.
Yeah.
I was annoying as hell. Junior high kids suck.
Yeah, I don't think a
Junior
30
high kids suck.
Yeah, I don't think a 30-year-old woman would enjoy talking to me.
No, well, I mean, sometimes she'll bring stuff up to him, and he just, oh, this is fun. Like he's not able to have the conversation. But somehow, this relationship with this girl develops into a full-on, like, even in one point in the movie, she goes, "So, like, what are we?"
Oh,
Like,
my God.
And he doesn't know what.
Yeah, he's a child.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they have sex, which is also insane because.
Do they say that they have sex?
Here, there is a scene, and I forgot about this till I watched it a few days ago.
Okay.
So there's a scene. I think after they've already been hanging out for a while, they're like, I think they're at her place,
Okay.
and they're like they like kiss, and you're just like, okay, this is weird,
Yeah.
but you're also kind of into it because you like Tom Hanks.
Sure.
You forget that he's a child.
I believe that.
You know, because you're just like,
It's Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it's Tom Hanks.
Also, it's fun to see young Tom Hanks. So to us, this is still a young person,
I know.
and we're happy for him. Yeah, I get
and he's
that.
kissing
yeah.
the girl that's of age, but no, he's actually a child. So then they kiss and then make out, and then she unbuttons her shirt and
damn.
takes it off, so she's just in her bra. And then
And this is pre-internet, so like these are the first titties he's seen.
yes, and then this is all in one shot. Like you see the sides of him. You just see him grab the boob and squeeze it, and obviously he's a 13-year-old, so
Yeah.
he's like
Honky.
pinching
Yeah.
it and shit, dude. It is, and then it does that fade down, and then it cuts to the next day, and he comes walking into work, fucking.
So yeah, he has
doing
sex. That's
yeah.
wild.
And I'm pretty sure the song playing is "You Made My Dreams Come True" by Hall & Oates.
Okay.
Which is exactly what they do in 500 Days of Summer.
Oh, that's
You know,
fun.
after he has sex.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's an ode to it.
Probably,
Big.
yeah.
But it's just like, okay, so you're
they
insinuating
fucked?
that they fucked.
That's wild.
And this is his. I wonder if he's even jerked off at this point.
If so, he'd be new to it.
And he has sex with this woman. It's a wild movie, but
Because at the end, doesn't she like see him turn into a child?
so at a certain point, he has to, because he has to stay big for so long because they're looking for a Zoltar machine to wish back.
Right.
But it says like 4 to 6 weeks to process.
Jesus.
Yeah, so he has to be an adult for that long. And then they
gets
finally get the
laid.
machine, and then so he has to tell her, and she's like, "What are you talking about?"
Right, yeah.
And he's like, "No."
You're a pedophile.
So then the nice girl that she is,
Yeah.
drives him to his house, and then sees him transform, and then just literally he's like a kid and just nods and says bye, and like that's how the relationship ends.
like,
And it's like,
I
okay,
fucked that kid.
It's like a good homecoming, like his parents
Right.
are at, and then it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is she? Like, I feel like on her drive back, her smile's just got to fade and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, what did I just do? For the past 2 months?
He's going to tell everybody.
Oh, 100%.
He's a 13-year-old boy.
He's going to be like, I had fucking sex. Here's her photo.
I had a mortgage.
Yeah. I had a job. Dude,
But also, like,
it was a good movie.
what happened to his apartment after that?
I don't know.
Like, now they just assume he's dead.
Yeah, because then he disappears.
Because, like, if
'Cause
I
you
made
can't-
if I made $300,000, I would then, or like if whatever, like if I made a shit ton of money, so I bought all this stuff.
I'm guessing he doesn't have a bank account.
But
Because it's just all, so he's cashing his check, so it's just cash.
yeah, I would. Me, I guess 13-year-old me wouldn't be this smart, but I think I would think about it afterwards. I would then hire a moving company to move all the shit I bought to this place. Like,
Yeah, then your parents are like, what the fuck?
and they're like we're rich, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he only got paid for 2 months.
I guess, but like also I'd
So-
like email my. They didn't have email.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You had to.
So I bet he had a Polaroid photo with her so that he put it up in his locker, and he was like, that was my first fucking sex.
That's me, but I'm
That's
30.
me.
I'm gonna look like that at our first reunion.
I mean, it is wild, though, because when he first becomes big, I like how this is like becoming just a Moist Movie of the Month. But when he first becomes big,
Which, by the way, Moist Movie of the Month is Tremors.
Tremors, check it out, dude.
Yeah,
Send us your email.
I'm excited.
I'm really excited to watch it. But when he first becomes big, he goes in the bathroom, and he's just wearing like 13-year-old underwear.
Sure. So he takes a peek.
Yeah, so he's like looking in the mirror, and he's like, oh my God, and then he takes a peek. And I think that's funny.
13 to now. I wonder what the difference is.
He starts to notice like hair on his
Sure.
chest, so he's probably like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I would just be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, if you wake up bald.
Yeah, that would suck.
He wakes up with a good head of hair. He's
Yeah, I
Tom
know. If I
Hanks.
was just bald with a mustache, like, because I feel.
Yeah, he was clean shaven.
No, I
yeah,
feel
a
like
mustache would throw you.
Well, the question is, does it age you or does it turn into what you look like at 30? Because was his hair the exact same length it was?
I think it was pretty. He was a short haircut. I think it's
Damn,
pretty close.
okay.
Yeah.
So say if it just makes you look exactly how you look, and you're just like,
Yeah, you covered in tattoos.
everything hurts.
It's just so odd because I was also thinking when I watched it, like, who wrote this? Like, someone was just like, you know what, this would be a good idea for a movie.
I mean, it's not a bad idea for a movie.
But it's just like, dude, there's a lot of problematic things, and then there's things they never addressed. Like, it's one of those 80s movies where they're just like, yep, don't
Keep
ask.
going.
Don't ask.
Keep going.
just keep moving. This is a feel-good movie.
All right, so the writers were Gary Ross and Ann Spielberg.
Is that
I don't know.
is that Spielberg's wife?
No.
Okay. Dude, that'd be wild. And he's like, I'm not going to direct that movie.
The only big movie she wrote was Big. And then a lot of weird science fiction stuff.
Big is kind of science fiction if you think about it.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, and then,
I think Big only got big because of Tom Hanks.
maybe. I think that was... Oh, he was pretty big already because I think he had done Splash before that.
Yeah.
So I think it was just a
bigger.
continuation of just his good career because I think Big is a good movie. All right.
And he was in a ton of movies back in the day. Like just every year he was doing something.
And then Gary Ross, Hunger Games, Pleasantville, Seabiscuit.
Pleasantville's good. I like Pleasantville.
Ocean's 8.
Seabiscuit. Oh, I watched the movie on a plane one time. That's about the horse.
That's a good plane movie.
Yeah. Weird.
And one of the lassies. I think the first lassie.
I mean, Hunger Games. But it's already a book. So how much writing do you have to do?
I always wonder about that too.
Weird. But Jacob had a very productive weekend. Let's hear about it. We teased it last week if you guys were listening. So I just got back from a convention, and then he was getting ready to go to a convention where you performed 8 times.
Yep, over the course of 3 full fucking days.
Let's hear about it. So it was, what was the convention called?
Middle of the Map Tattoo Convention.
Which I think is pretty big.
I think so. I don't know.
I've never been.
I don't know how many there are. Are they just this one?
Well, this is middle of the map because it's Iowa.
Yeah, but like Midwest is middle of the map. So maybe it's a traveling convention too?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Me neither. But
you're the one that worked it.
I know. Yeah, so I had to do 8 sideshow acts. I'm a freak show sideshow performer, by the way, to new listeners.
Yeah, hopefully you're new.
So my act, because I brought backups in case I wasn't able to perform some of these after, because all my acts are decently painful and like.
Yeah, and you got to do it 8 times.
Yeah,
like, that's what I was. Yeah.
Because everyone else is like, whew, all right, we're just going to keep getting better and better. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, you're getting worse and worse. Because also you're like, I know what this is going to feel like.
Yeah,
again.
like the pain builds.
The pain is still fresh and it's actually bruised.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes from hitting just hurting yourself to hurting like an injured self.
Yeah.
It's exponential growth and it gets worse and worse, I found out. Because before this, I think the most shows I did in a day was like full shows would have been 3 times. And that was my first gig after Coney Island.
But it was in Coney Island?
No, so it was post-COVID.
Oh, okay.
Because Coney Island, they were like performances, but it was more like working on it. It was like
kind of practicing.
Yeah.
You guys didn't do like a final show?
No, we did, but even there it was still like very much it was known that like we are doing this as a school.
Okay.
Like so it's like we were working on it.
So you know it's not like a professional. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then my first one after that, I think my first one post-COVID, because I was gonna try to hit the ground running, but then everything shut down.
Yeah, and then everything was fucked.
Yeah. So post-COVID, like my first big show would have been, my first show at all was Midwest Monster Fest, which was a horror convention. And I found a guy in a mall who was like selling stuff and he was promoting this. He was like, we have sideshow performance. I'm like, oh, I do that. It's like, and then he took down my information and I got a gig for that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did it.
Did you do it last year?
I think last year they canceled the event and I think he's done now. I can't remember if I did it 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, because I remember the first year you did it. That was cool.
Because he had 2 like festivals in a year and then another one. I can't remember if I did 2 or 3 of them.
I mean, setting up and running those types of events is probably a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, because it was like one of those ones where it was like horror like actors.
Yeah, so you gotta pay them a certain amount.
and like that circuit's got to be so fucking weird. Because I think the first year I did, the biggest people were they're from House of Thousand Corpses, but not like the main family member. They were the Firefly family, but not the main ones.
Yeah, so not like the tall guy.
It was like Tiny or
okay.
So it wasn't like,
but still, like if you're seeing the movie, you're like, oh, I know who you are.
Yeah, I recognize a few. I think they
always get the tier celebrities where it's like, yeah, you're famous, but like only from like one thing.
Yeah. One year I went though, there was the movie is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It wasn't a like really famous horror movie, but I think it's one of the better horror movies, and the lead guy from that was there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was cool. So like, he wasn't famous, but he was in a really good movie.
But also in the horror scene, he is famous.
If that movie's well known.
I've never heard of it, but I'm also not into horror.
It's a very good
so
movie. I highly recommend
it's
that
a very like niche thing where it's like if you know, then this guy is famous.
It's a big deal.
If not, you're just another dude.
Yeah,
which is still kind of cool. That's a cool level of fame to be though, because he can still go about his day to day. But usually,
yeah, you could do conventions though. Yeah, but like even at a convention, if you're not behind your booth, I'm not going to recognize you probably.
Yeah, that's true. Unless you already know what he looks like.
Or like really know what he looks like. Like if I saw Robert Englund, I would be able to point him out, but that's it.
You know there was a Nightmare on Elm Street TV show?
Yeah, it was
2 seasons.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the Friday the 13th TV show.
So there's a nightmare. It was called Freddy's. I think it's called Freddy's Nightmare or Freddy's something.
Okay.
It was 2 seasons, and we just got it on DVD. We've been watching it in the background, like for Game Off the Grid shit.
Yeah.
And it's very much like every episode is like. It's very much like a Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone-esque.
Okay, so maybe I'm
every
thinking of
episode,
that.
every episode is like different.
So I think Friday the 13th had one of those too. Maybe
They
I'm
might
thinking,
have.
maybe
But
I'm thinking of
Robert
Nightmare on Elm
England
Street.
plays him.
Oh, okay.
Which is badass, but he's not in every episode,
Weird.
even though it's his show.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't, and it's filmed like a soap opera. Like
Oh.
it has it's bad, like it's bad.
I'm not surprised.
And it's like, yeah, this is supposed to be like Tales from the Crypt, and it's like, oh, you're reaching, dude. I get what you're trying to, because that was so popular back in the day.
Maybe if they had him in every episode.
No,
because
he's like in the beginning, and then like you don't see him for a couple episodes.
who's the Tales of the Crypt guy? What's his name?
Oh, the Crypt Keeper?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Like,
he
'cause
announces,
he's awesome.
and he announces every episode, and then he closes every episode. No, Freddy's just occasionally in it, and then it's fucking weird, dude. It's not good.
2 young antique owners must recover cursed antiques. So yeah, it was like another like kind of variety thing. It had 72 episodes though.
Damn. So the Friday the 13th one had a show as well,
Yeah, it was just called that, I think.
but it was
But it was in like the late 80s the show started. So they were definitely trying to do that.
They were capitalizing
Yeah.
on it because those were creepy shows. Yeah, I think this was on syndication. Like it was on like normal TV.
So like they had Tales of the Crypt, Nightmare on Elm Street,
Well, and, like,
Friday the
Creep
13th.
Show.
Yeah, Creep Show. I mean Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
But they were trying to capture the Twilight Zone,
right.
Tales from the Crypt.
And they just couldn't
They just
do
couldn't
it.
get it because it's. But also,
That kind of be
You
my
can't-
dream to write for, though. Just a weird show like that, where it's just like, I don't know, write one spooky story.
But it's also like if it's in this universe, he
What's
should
the
be
point?
a part of
Yeah.
every fucking episode.
Because also, what are we doing?
Or he hosts it,
I bet they initially thought they could get him to host the whole thing.
and then he was like, "No, I don't want to do that."
I bet that's how they like sold it.
And then he didn't do that. But going back to your convention,
Right, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, so this was a tattoo convention, which walking around it was weird. Like when I did like my laps, because it was just people getting tattoos everywhere.
so every booth had like a chair.
like 2 or 3 sometimes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was it cool though? Like there's you probably saw a lot of cool art.
Yeah, but also there's so many style of tattoos that
Yeah.
I don't like at all.
Yeah,
Like there's so many people who like show me their tattoos and I'm just like, I don't like it.
not
at all.
not a fan
Like,
of that style. Yeah.
Where like I'm sure people have that with mine too. So that was a big part, is like just like not loving a lot, like seeing someone getting a giant back piece. There's a guy who's there every day getting worked on the entire day, from like back of the bottom of the neck to like top of the ass,
Damn.
getting like full color, all that shit.
I wonder, like, since you're doing that, it's like a performance piece, kind of, but you're also getting a tattoo. Like, is it, you have to pay more for that, or do you pay less
I think
because people
less.
are watching?
I think less.
Okay. And then you probably get interrupted a lot.
Because I knew a girl where like she was like a hot goth girl, and she got tattoos for free at conventions from like this guy because it was good promotion for him to work
Oh,
on
yeah,
her.
that's what I'm saying, because people can walk by and be like, oh, I like that art.
Yeah.
Let me book
and
some
it
of
was like he offered her the piece
oh,
to
that's-
like, you can come get this, but it's gonna be at
and
like
it's
a show.
nice because it's like, oh, this is a hot girl too.
Right, yeah, and it
Yeah.
was like a big like satanic piece.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so it was like they were very much selling an idea with it.
What was that sounds really cool.
It was like a goat head with like 666 across the
Oh,
forehead
Jesus,
and a burning
very
and a
aggressive.
burning church behind. No, this girl was all in on Satanism.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But what was like the audience like? Was it like a bunch of alternative people, or was it
Mostly,
just
yeah.
casual?
Mostly alternative, fuck ton of children.
What?
Like that was my main interaction, was with children at these shows. Like
What the fuck?
for like 4 of the shows, so like, you know,
I guess
how-
so it's a family event?
Yes.
It's a tattoo. You have to be 18 to get a tattoo.
yeah, no, and there's people with like their asses out everywhere. A lot of the artwork had like full on like pussies in them too.
Yeah.
There's a weird artist where his
I'm guessing
art-
there's a lot of tits.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah, a
tits.
lot of
But yeah,
tits.
but no, like that's where like pussies are weird. Like there's an artist where it was a big portrait. It was well done, gorgeous, and you have a naked woman, and you could see like see the vagina, full tits, and then the head was a pelican.
What the
And,
fuck?
but also the fucked up thing about it was when you look at it, it took you a second to realize that she had a pelican head because you were so focused on.
Because you're like, oh, you drew a vagina.
Yeah, I think that was the point of the art. That
Just to be like, oh, what do you? Sex sells.
Yeah.
You didn't notice it.
You're the problem.
Yeah, you didn't notice it first. That's probably what it is, dude.
I hope so. If so, I respect the fuck out of that, and I love it. So it was like a pelican. It was a well-drawn pelican head, but
I mean, that's kind of cool.
yeah, it was really cool. But like, it was also like from like, but like the view was from below, so like,
it was like
the
your
vagina
eye.
was like the
So
main
the leading
part.
lines fucking took you straight
no,
into
you
the hole.
started from like bottom of the knees up.
Oh, yeah, leading lines, baby.
Yeah, so like
You got that nice V going straight
and
up.
then tits,
And then, I would
pelican
not
head.
notice the
No, yeah,
pelican.
it took
It would probably take me a few months. To
no, I
know.
think I think it was like second walkthrough I realized it. But yeah, everyone getting tattoos was weird. I will say the smell and noise was a comfort.
Where it was just like a
Going all over, and it was the cleaning stuff that they use, and like the smell
Very-
of wet
yeah, very
ink.
sanitized,
I love
yeah.
that smell too, just because I've gotten.
Did it
so
make
many.
you? Did you make you want to get a tattoo?
Yeah, I just didn't have time because I had 8 shows.
Yeah, but it just did it give you that itch again.
Yeah, well, because my next tattoo artist, who Amberly, you've met her.
Yeah.
She wasn't tattooing at this event, but she was there. So I
I saw she was there, like, because she works for a
Warrior.
Yeah, Warrior, yeah.
And like, I know she did like one of the contests because she dresses fancy or
oh yeah,
whatever.
like pinup, I think.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I talked because she was there and she sent me stuff she wanted a tattoo on me. So I talked to her about that. I was like, I need to actually schedule one because this did make me want a tattoo.
Yeah, that. I mean, I haven't got a tattoo, and I think I have a more fresh tattoo than you do, which is wild
Yeah.
because you're covered. 'Cause I
Mine's-
got mine over the summer.
Mine's been 6 months. It was Taylor's wedding.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was the day before was like Friday the 13th. So I
Okay.
got a flash
So you might
tattoo there.
because I got mine in July.
May.
Whoa. So you got yours a year ago, almost.
Oh wait, no. No, it was October, not May.
Yeah, okay,
6 months
yeah,
ago was
6
October.
yeah.
It's May now.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I was
April
like, what are
now.
you talking
No.
about? So yours is more fresh.
Yeah.
But still, it shouldn't be that close because you're covered in tattoos and I don't have any. I mean, I have like 8,
I have 46, I think.
which is insane. I do wish I fucking had sleeves.
It's weird. I forget.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's just your personality now.
well, because I'll see someone with a full like sleeve, I'll be like, oh wow, they have a shit ton of tattoos, and then I'm like, oh, I have.
Yeah, you're like, this is
Twice
I
that many.
always look like this.
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, but cool.
I mean, I don't mind it for sure. Like the only
And
tattoo,
I'm used to it, you know?
right. I like because I'll see photos of me with around like if I see a photo of me and my niece and like I have my arms wrapped around her, it's like, oh, that's weird. That is just like
Yeah.
drawn.
It's a fucking just a bunch of artists wrapped around
Yeah,
you.
it's
This
so
young girl
weird. Yeah,
that she's gonna end up dating a 30-year-old.
but she says,
She's gonna get big.
oh,
I was trying to do a reference to Big. It didn't work. It just came out creepy. The movie's creepy. It wasn't me.
it's like, what are you wishing on my niece?
I'm not wishing anything. I was just trying to tie it into Big. But we gotta go to. So you did 8 performances.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I'll-
Luckily, it was over 3 days.
Yeah.
But still, that's a lot.
No, because my first show was on Friday at 5, and we had 3 that day.
Jesus.
So I think I did like 5,
And you had to work that
8:30,
day.
and 10:30. Yeah, I worked till like 3:30.
So you worked a full day and then fucking.
Yeah, got to the tattoo convention.
Look, you got in for free.
Yeah, that's nice. It sucked loading in because I had like 6 cinder blocks and like all of my gear
Yeah, your gear by itself is like 2 trips,
Yep.
and then cinder blocks.
is several. It's
Yeah, 'cause
6
you can
trips
only
because
carry
it's just
one.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, that sucked. And we had like our performance area. So there was a stage. Ours was next to the stage.
Yeah, dude. What the? Why weren't you on the stage?
I don't fucking know.
Because you sent me a video. I think it was on the first Friday night.
I think so,
And
yeah.
you guys are just on the floor.
Yep.
So you guys are on the same plane as people just walking by.
Yep.
And so if that's the case, I don't notice you at all.
or what the fuck are these people
Or you
doing?
go, yeah, these people are crazy.
Yeah. Because
That's
so
wild.
there's another performance group and then me. And this performance group was a group of like 5 dancers, I guess I'd call them mostly. And they were so they do mostly fire performances.
Okay.
And I think they do like more like, oh, they don't also perform together. This is the first time they've all performed together too. But they are all a part of those scenes of like hoopers or whatever, where they just really like hula hooping. They're really good at hula hooping.
I mean, hula hooping is a good workout.
and it's like, it's interesting when it's lit up.
I do like night, like when it's pitch black and you just see this. That's
At like
cool.
the rave,
Yeah,
they
cool.
all do like that kind of
Oh,
shit. but
they're
also
ravers.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that just tells you what type of people.
No,
they
because
are.
they hang out and they say like, you want to go spin? Like that's their event. Is they all just hang out together
with music
with,
playing,
like, and like a ton more people, and they just all do that. I think
it's all spin.
I've been invited
It's
to do
good
that.
cardio, dude.
Yeah, well, they're all in
they're all-
fantastic shape.
yeah, they're all
everyone I
great.
performed with looked great.
They usually like it's a good. That's abs, dude.
And like, yeah, so a couple of them did hula hoops. Some did like staffs and twirling it around. Nunchucks. And dude walked around just waving nunchucks. I don't know if he was like, I don't think he was trained in like the fighting stuff. He just knew how to
if you know how to do the fighting moves, nunchucks are kind of cool to see for 30 seconds. And then you're tired of it. You go, okay, I get it. You think you're tough, but you're not.
Well, it's also like, I don't know like how good they are at fighting unless you're really good at them.
You got to be really good, but it's all about I think it's just intimidation.
I would say so, yeah.
Because you're whipping a stick around.
Well, yeah, because that's going to hurt. Like, I don't know if...
I could hurt you with a nunchuck right now, and I don't know how to use it.
Right, yeah. But also you could with any weapon,
but then
really.
they go... they swirl it around.
Just run at you. Call this one the propeller.
This is the helicopter, yeah. I do have something related to nunchucks that I got to bring up.
Okay.
But I want you to continue your story.
Yeah, so or they had swords that they just kind of like twirled around. The staff stuff was cool, and then like 2 of them were allowed to do fire because they paid the insurance.
Which is, I wonder how much that cost. Probably a ton.
Yeah, I don't know. And first day, the main girl burnt herself.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to eat fire that was too big, and I watched it happen.
She tried eating fire, and you're like, that's what I do.
Well, I think she can do it with like certain things, but she said like, yeah, I've never done this before. I wanted to try it for the show in front of an audience.
What?
And burn her.
She's never done it before?
Not that one. She's eaten other fire.
What the fuck?
So that happened first show,
So
first
just
day.
burn your tongue?
No, she burned her lip.
Jesus Christ.
Because the metal was too hot, and she clamped down on that. Yeah.
In front of a live...
Yeah, she played it off pretty well.
But in front of an audience, but also just in front of people walking by.
Yeah.
So many people...
In front of unamused people.
Yeah, in front of people with their backs turned looking at art.
Yeah.
That's like what conventions are, dude.
Well, we were also right next to the food court.
Oh, so people are waiting in line for food. Just looking over. Or
eating, because there was tables around us.
People are on their phones, and you just burnt your lip?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That's fucked up.
That was the only injury of the weekend, though, besides like my injuries that come with it all. So like my act consists of human blockhead, which is where I'll hammer a 4-inch. I think it's like for those of you who know nails, it's a 20D size.
It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
Pretty big.
And I hammer that into my nasal cavity is the act, and it's called human blockhead. It's if you ever took a COVID test, it's like that, but I do it with nails, screwdrivers, and a running power drill.
Yeah, which is badass. But I think it's the most common, right?
It's not a starter. It's a more like staple of it.
Upside so.
Yeah.
Sideshow.
Usually, like if like you have a troop, someone knows that one,
and that's like their specialty. That's like one of your go-tos.
It's my safety for sure. It's the one where I know my
and
talking.
You can do it easily.
I know my talking points. I know what I'm doing. I have like different props for it.
It's also one that you can do just out and about or wherever.
Right, yeah. Because I'll just have a nail on me often, So that's more like my party trick one, yeah. And then I do animal traps, which is where I set a mouse trap off on my tongue.
The mouse trap's fine.
Yeah, it hurts after a while. Like I can still feel the sides of my tongue kind of hurt. The real scare of that one is you can break your teeth on that.
Yeah, if you're not far enough away.
And like you don't want to snip like the tip of your tongue because I think it could probably really injure that. But yeah, that one's super easy.
That one's just fun. But it's when you do the next one.
Yeah, and then I do a more, I think it's like a coyote trap. I think it's a 1.5 animal trap, and I set that off on my hand.
What's wild is every time I tell people you do this, I go, so he sets it off on his hand, but it takes his whole body to set it.
Sure, yeah, I have to stand fully on, like I can't, I maybe could bend it down, but
no,
it'd be
because
super
you have to like push down 2 things on the side and then balance the
and then I hate setting that one.
Because if it snaps?
Well, I don't get off it until after. But
smart.
every time I get off it, I make sure to get away.
Yeah, just real quick. And dude, that thing is so scary.
Yeah.
And it's also just fucking metal.
Yeah, just do cuts of it when we explain it here.
God.
And that one fucking hurts.
Yeah,
it
that one
does.
sucks.
But the one I love about that one is I can get a lot of good like crowd play in that one.
Yeah,
because
you can.
I always do the countdown bit, which I think I literally was taught that at Coney Island, where that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, you're building up to it.
Right. Yeah. Where
it's performance.
Yeah. That one's more of an act, and same with like blockhead. I know the routine.
You don't like being compared, but that's what magic is. Mm-hmm. Like you have to like you have to build it up and set it up. Well, because if
I ran through them, I could do my act in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and same with you don't want to just do a card trick really quick. No, you gotta like suspense belief and all this shit. Yeah.
And it's fun to play with an uncomfortable audience. That's how I can get more laughs usually because people don't want to. Same with blockhead.
It's really fun too when people don't like it.
Yeah.
Was there anybody that?
There was a couple, yeah.
But it's a tattoo convention.
know.
But also, it's wild that there were kids. That's what's weird to me.
Yeah. Most of the kids loved it, though. The one that really didn't like it was a kid, though. I'll tell you about that after.
Not on air.
Oh, no. Like, I'll tell you after this. Yeah. Because Izzy told me about it after a show. And then I do Glass Pit, which is just a bucket of broken glass.
And he walks on it barefoot.
Yeah. And, like, my feet are pretty cut up from it. No real injury, but I've had, like,
We'll zoom in on those feet for those people watching on YouTube.
but, like, the worst that's gone wrong is I had, like, a shard of glass in my foot for, like, 40 days.
Yeah, it got, and then
It went too deep, and then, like, it slowly gets pushed out.
But then the skin, like, sealed it.
So it hurts all
so
the
it was
way.
Stuck,
Yeah.
So it was stuck in there.
Because
But
those
then-
ones, that one took for fucking ever to get pushed out.
I remember that because you were like, God damn it.
It's because
and you don't want to like you don't want to cut it open.
No, I finally like showered and I could see the edge of the glass.
And so you just pulled
And
it out.
yeah, and then I grabbed tweezers and pulled it out, and then it was
it's glass with cuts.
yeah, and then it turned out like the glass was like what I grabbed, which looked pretty big, was like the like
tip of
short side
Yeah.
of it, and then it was just
It's like a fucking splinter.
yeah. I have it in a little jar for Izzy.
You kept it?
Yep.
Oh, is that what that thing is?
Yeah, the broken glass in a jar. Yeah, that's what was in my
dude.
foot.
Gross.
We'll put that here because I know I've posted that one too.
I'm not going to get B-roll of it.
It's on my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then I'll
just
rip
pull
it from
from
there.
there. There you go.
I usually creep your social media going back to the top of the hour
Oh, sure.
to steal images to put on the podcast.
That's very just.
And Jacob doesn't watch or listen, so he has no idea what I posted.
That's. And then, I also stapled a name card to myself. I did that. At this,
that was a good one.
I did that at the beginning because it's just an easy like, hey, if you don't know my name, I hope that made an impact on you. Like,
And it's also, dude, that the stapler is weird.
it's something people can understand, and like I'm pretty beat up from that one. Like that one fucking hurt.
Well, and you did
I
it-
didn't do it for like I don't think I did it at all on Sunday because I was like I
Well, you did it a
done.
ton. Usually
Yeah.
you do it like once or twice at a show, and then for tips.
yeah, and I didn't do any tip jar this time. When the human tip jar is just you allow strangers to staple money to your body.
I don't think I'm trying to think if I've ever actually been stapled. I'm trying to think of like if I was drunk at a show and I did it.
Maybe I've stapled Izzy before. She's been stapled a few times. It doesn't really hurt that bad.
I don't think I've done it, but if I have, it's only been once.
Sure. So like being stapled doesn't hurt a ton. It's once like if you do it a lot, you really start to feel it more and it really starts stinging.
And you start to know what. Well, okay, I don't think I've been stapled, but I stapled you once.
Yeah, you've stapled me a few times.
But dude, it's you gotta. I hate it.
Yeah, how hard you have to push
Because you
on
like
that
have
one.
to, it's like a staple gun.
Yeah.
Like so, picture
An
that.
industrial,
And there's like you have to like push, and then you have to push through a click.
Yep.
So it's not just like a click. It's like a click.
It gives people who are nervous to do it, they have to fight for it, and I
because
think that's
you get-
really
there's
funny.
a little cushion, but then you have
Like,
to.
it's kind of hard to use that one. Yeah,
It sucks.
Like some people
I
use
was so
two
afraid.
hands.
I was
yeah.
like, dude, I don't want to shoot you.
Yeah, when you resist it, you won't be able to get it until
that's
you
kind of
really
fun.
push.
That's kind of fun
yeah.
for you.
No, I like
But
how
you're like, no, do it fast, please.
Yeah.
Please do it quick.
So like after you get it too many, then it hurts, but also they just bruise because it's a puncture. Like it's not even like the two holes that really hurt; it's the puncture.
Yeah, and it's just
and you get like a lot of blood beneath them, and I don't know what that's about.
and then you gotta fucking
Pull 'em out, yeah.
which sucks.
Which I didn't bleed a lot on any of these. Like,
Well, that's
and-
nice.
And for the name cards, usually it falls out mid-show just because I move my shoulders.
Yeah, because
or
you're
whatever.
moving, and also the staples, like it's not like it's going like fucking
Crazy,
4 inches.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like what, a half inch maybe.
I use quarter.
Oh, quarter
So
inch, yeah.
All sideshow performers use quarter inch because it's the shortest you can go. It made
So it still stays, but it's not super deep.
yeah, because otherwise you could easily hit like your ribs.
Yeah,
because
Which
those
you- yeah.
aren't that deep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which would suck. I when I
or
was
like
in,
I think I've heard people getting like nerve damage from them too.
when I was in elementary school, I stapled my fingers together.
Oh,
We were making Mayday baskets.
yeah.
And I fucking put my finger underneath the stapler to try and staple some paper
Yeah.
together, and it went right in my finger. Fucking two of them together, dude. It fucking sucked.
Did you cry immediately?
It hurt so bad. And then
Like how old were you?
4th grade.
Ooh, so was it screaming immediately, or did you handle it?
I went to the nurse, and the nurse was like, "I can't treat this." And then
Wait, the nurse didn't even pull him out?
no. So then I think I had to go to the doctor. So I had to like keep it in.
Oh my god!
And then the doctor like fucking like pinched it in the middle and then yanked it, and it hurt so fucking bad.
Wait,
I was like,
but-
"Why can't you just rip it out?"
Yeah, because those one, it's not like they would be bent in.
He like grabbed it in the middle of my two fingers and like crimped it and then yanked it. And I was like, why couldn't the nurse just pull this
Yeah,
out?
like just quick. Because I pull them out. Like I guess I'll use an instrument
it
sometimes.
was
to pull 'em out.
fucking, it sucked.
I bet. No, like for me, it's the bruising afterwards that fucking hurts.
Yeah, yikes. And fucking 8 shows, dude.
Yep.
So,
So-
how did you feel on Sunday?
I did not want to perform on Sunday.
Like you woke up Sunday morning and you're like, God damn it.
Yep, exactly. But like Glass Pit cut me up a little bit. Like I bled a few times, but nothing bad.
And then you did Cinder Block?
Yeah, well then I did Better Nails, and then so two of the performers I really enjoyed talking to. Like most of them I really liked, but like two of them I more like had a meet like where I could trust them to do some stuff with me.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Where like because one of the guys had a whip and he would really whip around. He hit another performer once, didn't like whip her, but hit her with the whip.
So these guys aren't like professionals. They do it, but they're not like.
I think some are trained in some things, but also it's like they just keep building on their routine. So some
they're trying things.
Yeah.
Don't try it for the first time.
He was really good at cracking the whip. It's just he didn't really know the length of it that well.
Yikes,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, but that's not.
So
if
that
he
guy-
whipped somebody and then somebody got burned.
Yeah.
like, that's just not safe.
He wasn't allowed to do fire either.
This
So
is not safe performing.
yeah, so like that guy, I enjoyed hanging out with him, but I didn't want him like hitting me with anything.
Yeah, please don't whip me, dude.
But yeah, another guy let break a cinder block on me, and he helped because then I had a girl help me too that was a part of the group, and she stood on me, and so he helped her up.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And then she did like some sword dancing stuff, so I bought some cucumbers for the second day and had her cut the cucumbers on
That's
my
always fun.
stomach. That's an easy one, like bruises a little bit, but like if a sword's not sharp, it'll still cut a cucumber.
Yeah,
easy.
exactly. And you can just do it quick.
and you can like actually hit it. Like I've done it before with like machetes.
Yeah.
But like I'll make sure I don't sharpen one really sharp, but like it can still cut fruit easy.
Just chew. It wouldn't cut like an apple easily. Maybe.
If you hit it.
Yeah, if you hit it hard
Yeah.
enough. But
like you couldn't like slice something up easy, but if you hit anything with it, it'll break.
because you're coming down full bore.
Right,
on it.
yeah. So I had her do that on me and then stand on me. And then I did the breaking cinder block, which that one I started to deteriorate on that. My like I guess I even showed you, but like my stomach's pretty fucking
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, like I was bleeding by the end of that, and that's just from the cinder block rolling
Yeah,
off
from
me.
It's not from the hit. It's from
It's from
'cause it-
gravel.
It literally scrapes you. Yikes, dude. 8 shows, 3 days. Are you ready to perform again?
No, I'm gonna take a while off,
Yeah,
at
he's
least for
like-
my feet to heal.
Yeah, you showed me the bottom of your feet, and it's just like super cut up, and
Just
then
a lot
also
of little
bruised.
bits. Yeah. The bruising fucking sucks. That's I think from jumping on a broken bottle that didn't break more, so it
Yikes.
just stabbed me, but like didn't break.
That sucks. Are you
Yeah.
glad? Are you glad you performed?
I'm glad I've done a tattoo convention.
Yeah.
This wasn't my preferred way.
Yeah.
I would definitely prefer my own crew of performers I know
Being
and
in
have
charge
worked
of it,
with.
yeah.
And not necessarily like being in charge of it, but knowing I was trusted more so to do my thing.
Yeah.
I did not like having another person comment on my performances.
People were commenting, like, oh, the host
girl
or
who
whatever.
put it together. Yeah. She said something about like my crowd work, but her crowd work was just yelling. And she didn't say like the word crowd work. She was like, yeah, get them more into it. And I was like, no, I don't. I play with them when they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's different.
It's because all she
It's
was
just different.
She would just walk around and yell, yeah, you like that?
Like what? Twirling swords?
No, this is the one that burned herself.
Oh, you like seeing me in pain? Yikes,
But
dude.
like, I mean, that's all my act is. But I'm like, it was very much of like, this was all of theirs first time in front of a crowd.
Oh, wow. And you're just
I
like,
think-
no, I've done this for years.
I think pretty much all of them. I was like, yeah, I just do my own thing and I do it well. Like I'm not the best sideshow performer, but I think I'm a solid one at this
Well,
point.
but
'cause
also,
also,
and you went to school for it. Like, it's
yes, and I think
I feel like some of these people that you're talking about just like are like, we're like interested and they're teaching themselves.
yes, but like I would say I am at least a well-rounded performer
Yeah.
in what I do. Like I put on a performance.
Yeah, and you know how to talk to people. Yeah.
Yeah, I have crowd interaction. My favorite bit that I came up with on this one, though, is when I'm jumping around the glass. Well, because I was around a food court, too. And I would just be talking to people while they eat. And I'm just doing like little hops up and down.
On glass while they're
Yeah, I'm like,
eating.
how's the food? It's good. And then I was like, oh, I can get you a closer look. And I'd just like put my feet in and I would scoot the entire bucket of
Oh,
glass.
that's really fun.
That's my favorite
See,
bit
that's
I've come
fun.
out with.
That's a good thing.
Because
to
also
take
I look stupid while
but
doing it
also
because
that
I'm
takes
scooting.
that takes advantage of being on the same plane.
Yes,
Yeah.
that one was a fun one. Yeah, like, I won't be able to do that one on a crowd or on a stage.
Yeah, because
And then also tons of kids
that's what's so wild.
really
dude.
watched me and it made me so uncomfortable because like that's why I didn't staple my face at all because I figured that'd be too scary for them.
Yeah, too
But
bloody.
like I let one pull a screwdriver out of my nose because during my blockhead act, I pretend like I can't get the screwdriver in, so I run a power drill through it, and I get the screwdriver in, and I pretend it's stuck, so I can have an audience member pull it out.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's pretty normal to have like an audience member pull it out. I think that's a fun way to introduce the bit of it that it's stuck,
and it breaks the wall too.
Yeah. Because it slides out, no problem, obviously. And like, I like the idea of when someone reaches for it, I go, "Oh my god!" And like, because they're so scared, yeah.
Because they're like, "I don't want to hurt you," and it's like,
yeah. But after like, I let one kid do it, and then her whole crew of kids were like fighting to do it, so that I had to like make sure they don't run at me while I have the screwdriver in my nose.
You're on the same plane too. There's no like stage barrier.
I got some good one-liners, and that I was proud of like. I would tell kids like, don't try this at home. Do it at a friend's house. I thought that was a fun bit.
I like that.
And don't worry, I'm a professional. Not at this, but at disappointing my parents. Like it was fun. Like I wrote some like kid jokes for this thing,
but also the parents would like it too. I
guess. Or like I'd ask a kid like if they pick their nose, and I go, yeah, me neither, and then like pull that out. Like that was a fun part of it, is interacting with the kids, and like they were worried about me when I'm bleeding. I'm like, go away. I'm dripping
bleeding
blood right now.
I don't want to get blood on you.
Yeah, and when like my foot got cut, like as he was grabbing just some wet paper towels, like I had a Band-Aid on it, and the kids were like, "Can I see it?" And I had to like shoo a group of kids away because I'm injured and I don't want to be a creepy adult. Yeah, letting kids like
look at my wound.
Yeah, I don't want like it's such a weird line because. My sideshow act, it's kind of watch me injure myself.
It's kind of wild.
But the moment I'm in the audience and I'm tending to myself because we didn't have like a backstage or anything.
Yeah, you're just out in the public.
Yeah. It was very weird to have kids still interacting with me, and I hated that.
Well, just imagine if one of those kids was 30 years old.
Right.
It's kind of wild how we talked about big a ton.
Like, Jesus.
And then you perform. I mean, it's awesome that you did this.
I'm happy having the title of having worked a tattoo convention.
Yes.
I would wish it was more on my terms.
Well, maybe next year, because they do this convention every year, and it's pretty big, and I think it's growing. And
so maybe I'll reach out first and try to set up my own career.
Yeah, you just do your own thing, and it'd be like, can I actually have a stage? It's what, dude. What doesn't make sense to me is you were next to the stage.
Yep. Nope, I would have.
So what was on the stage? Nothing?
Nothing. Well, some bands performed, but they were all like this kind of like, I don't know if they were School of Rock bands, but most of them were that type.
Yeah.
Or like a guy and a drummer, like acoustic guitar and a drum, where they were playing.
Was that going on while you guys were performing? Or
No.
So it's like you could have shared the stage easily.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
What the fuck?
They probably just like didn't want to give it to us because of what everyone else was doing.
Yeah, because they were like, we're not putting sword people up there. Or dancers.
Or they were like, let's see what they come up with.
But going back to the nunchucks.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm glad I remembered. Because usually I would forget, and then editing I would go, God damn it. But the weather's nice. So
is Nunchuck Guy back?
Dude.
Fuck yeah. I love Nunchuck Guy.
Yeah, so you get excited. So on my way over here,
hell yeah.
Every time I come to Jacob's house, there's a busy road, and there's a guy that lives on the busy road. Like his house is like fucking 3 feet from the road,
which would be a nightmare to like. I'm so
this
glad
is a
I'm
busy road.
I'm
yeah.
so glad I'm adjacent.
But this guy, every time the weather's nice, so he doesn't do it in the winter at all. But every time the weather's nice, he's in his driveway, which is literally, I'm gonna say, a foot from the road.
But also,
he goes to the edge.
No, like he drags his shit out.
He goes
to the edge.
He goes to the edge, and
he could be in the garage doing this.
He has this metal thing with like a rod, and like it looks like a punching bag, and it's just on one of those things that if you hit it, it bounces and then comes back at you. But he does nunchucks to it. So
hours,
dude, and he's right on the road. And sometimes if you're stopped at the red light, you're right in front of him. And I made eye contact with him as I drove by.
Didn't even stop.
He just was staring at me like angrily, like he's like, "Why are you watching me?" This is my favorite guy in the morning.
Oh, I'm so glad he's back. We were just talking about him recently too.
The confidence you have to go out and just practice your martial arts but also the
every day
nunchucks. Like it's not like
because like he's even had like those like kind of like dummy looking like punching bags too, where it like has a face
on
and
it.
shit. Yeah,
and he's just swinging,
smacking it around.
But I don't know if he's doing it good or if he's just being. But he does it for hours, every day.
All right, so that means it's got to be at least decent. Because if I did nunchucks for hours, I would be broken.
Yeah, because it's hitting you.
Yeah,
but unless you know how to do it.
Yeah, he's got to be decent at it. But what is that man training for?
No, dude,
what crimes has he committed that he's
trying
to
ready for? As soon as I saw him, I was like, I forgot about you.
Oh, I've thought of him recently.
He
and
does
missed
it
him.
so much. And I just don't get it. That's wild. Why would you like do it in your basement? Like,
Well, I wonder if he does practice year round, and he's like, "Oh, I can finally do it outside."
and he's like, I don't have a backyard, so
but like, he definitely can do that in his garage.
yeah. And I feel like he does it for attention,
I love him,
but it's like a weird type of attention because it's people that you don't know,
and apparently
it's
not
not an audience.
angrily yet.
Dude. He's my favorite guy in Des Moines, dude. He's so fun.
No, he's definitely the best roadside attraction I've seen. Like, there's a few buskers in Des Moines I really love, but
oh yeah, the old guy with the acoustic guitar. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if he's Native American or Hispanic.
Yeah,
but him. I think
he's always playing out front of like we have like an arena in Des Moines, and
he travels around
pretty
quite
good.
a bit. Yeah, no,
but he like builds a schedule based on events.
Yes,
and he's always there.
I remember when I like voted, I had to wait in line for that. He was there.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he does it for a living.
I think so. I heard there's a documentary about him, like a local made one. I've looked for it before, but I don't know his name.
He's been doing it for years, I think.
Yes. No,
but if he's going to every event,
when I lived downtown, I would go to an ATM just for him because I love that dude.
But also, that's so wild is you just got to show up and then you got to be able to just play for hours with people ignoring you.
Yeah.
That's like the tough part, especially like singing.
Because I've never busked. Like I like we did a little bit, and like they kind of taught us how to yell to
But
people.
Coney Island makes sense.
Well, because
that's
they
what
do that.
yeah, that's what they do.
Same with like barking, or you try to just get people back to a show.
Yeah, where you go, come on, or yeah, like the old school circus shit. Mm-hmm. I just don't. That takes like a weird level of confidence. I feel like to just perform, for everybody but nobody.
Well, because like when I perform, I really like the switch.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't have that switch when you're busking. You've got to be on.
You literally just have to walk to an area and then just start. Like there's no like, oh, ladies and gentlemen here, or
I mean, you can yell that, but it's still not that.
And you're by yourself. And then when you're you just stop playing.
Yeah, and like when there's nobody around, do you just stand there or do you keep? I feel like they keep playing.
I think they keep playing because there's probably people like
within earshot,
or looking through windows or something watching you.
Yeah, like
you're being watched from everywhere.
And also, they play just songs A to B. Where like if I wanted to sit down and play guitar, I never play full songs.
No,
I just work on stuff.
And this is hours, and they don't. I mean, they probably repeat songs eventually, but you don't realize it.
Sure.
But usually it's like they just keep going.
Yeah.
And most of these people don't even have a book or anything. It's all memory.
That's wild.
Yeah. And they just open their case. That's
no, because that one guy.
That's the type of guy that probably practiced in his fucking driveway for a while.
Sure.
Playing guitar.
Finally got out there.
And then got the courage. So I hope Nunchuck Guy
takes it downtown.
Yeah, takes it downtown. And we
just walking down the street.
He's just fucking swinging.
Give me money. Give me money.
That'd be a good way to cut up the line. People be like, get the fuck away from him, dude. But this has been the Moist Monday podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys were. This is a weird one, but a fun one.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I always like talking, dude. But make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Moist Monday Podcast. Send us an email, moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you watch Tremors. And send us an email, moistmondaypodcast@gmail.com with your thoughts.
For the Moist Movie of the Month.
Yeah, for your thoughts, reactions, and whatever based on that movie. You could just say, hey, I watched it and I love Reba.
Yeah.
But if you do send us an email, you'll be entered for an official Moist Monday Moist Movie of the Month.
Moist meter
pint glass.
Yes.
Which is badass because nobody will have them.
They don't even exist yet.
Yeah. You still haven't sent it to your
email after
come
this.
on, dude. Nathan's been waiting.
I know.
When he gets it, he'll fucking really get it. I'll freaking give it to him, baby. But make sure you rate us 5 stars on all the podcast apps. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Watch the video. Share us to a friend. You know, do whatever you want to do.
Or if you hate us, share us to an enemy.
Yeah, because the people go, "What the fuck is this?" And
I would love if someone like hate watched us.
Well, dude, is our podcast kind of like just nunchucks in the front yard?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's 100% what it is. And just nunchucks in the front yard. Just we're just like trying to get someone's attention.
Yeah, I mean, same like I said earlier. Just Facebook posts like. We're just putting shit out there.
We're just putting shit out there, and hopefully someone likes it. Or hopefully somebody talks about it somewhere else.
All we did was buy a sign.
We didn't even do that.
No.
Your girlfriend did. Your fiance did. But we'll see you guys.
Yeah, thanks for giving us attention.
For next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Dry bones, lazy bones, big bones, dance around in your bones.